So here's just the facts for me anyway, okay? Is that I will know that this country is truly about the average Americans, and I mean those Americans you don't know of. Not your Candace Owens, not your Charlie Kirks, not your AOCs, not any and not forget the mainstream media, obviously. But not any of these other people. I will know when it's truly about the Constitution, when the stage is not set for Turning Point, when the stage is not set for the Bernie Sanders and AOC group, when the stage is not set, basically highlighting all of these people and giving them a platform. And yet some of them came from mainstream media, right? Tucker did. I mean, Tucker started out on CNN. Yeah, he started out wearing a bow tie every night on CNN. And I'm not trying to judge these people. I'm just saying you would think more than anything these people would want the average Americans to have a voice. But see, they don't even care about the average Americans. They care about themselves. They care about their platform. They care about their organization, promoting themselves, using Trump to do it. And maybe some of them support Trump. Who knows? I mean, I think it's really hard to say with anybody in this day and time. But there's a reason, okay, that people do not get in, that the average Americans don't get involved and basically just live their lives. And it's because of the fact that these other people that want to take center stage, whether it's on the left or the right, get up there and then everybody says, yeah, they're speaking our words. And it seems like that's all good, but it's not you getting a voice, because still to this day, while everybody praises X and praises Elon Musk and praises Tucker Carlson, who's getting that promotion? They are. Is the average Americans? No. Because the average Americans are still being silenced. So those people are not about our Constitution. They're about promoting themselves. And they'll use anybody they have to promote themselves. And quite frankly, the other reason Americans don't get involved, and I'm not suggesting not getting involved. You should vote. For sure vote. But I'm saying prior to all this is because Americans know that unless they're part of some big organization, unless they're part of some big union, no president's ever going to listen to them. No president's even going to know about them. Because they're just one person. But in this case, I'm one of many people all over TikTok that are average Americans that are saying the same thing. We get silenced on X. We get messed with on Rumble. No president has ever paid attention to anything we say. And what would the collective say? What would the union say? What would the organizations, whether it's Patrick Bet David or it's Charlie Kirk or Candace Owens, Rose, I take your pick, any of them. They'd say they're rallying your cause, but who do they have on their shows? It's only the people in their inner circle. And even if they had somebody that they said, well, this is an average American, how do you really know it is? Because as long as we still have silence going on all platforms or shadow banning of people, then they still don't want the average Americans to be heard of. They just want the average Americans to buy into their bullshit. But see, more than anything, they should be like taking a step back and letting the average Americans have a voice. But they won't do that. Because they're all about serving their platform, their organization. And then their platform promotes the same damn people in their circle that are all people that have millions of followers. So how does the average everyday American ever stand a chance? And I'm not saying that as some victim. I'm saying that's the reason why people stopped paying attention. People didn't pay attention, because it's like, what is the point? I mean, I've heard Sean Hannity for close to a decade talk about the forgotten man and woman. Yeah, we're still forgotten, okay? I mean, you have to be in a union to be even recognized. And then that may not be a union that supports your values. Because the union ultimately, even if in the beginning you think they have all your best interest and they're rallying your cause, and every president's going to get on board with the unions, they are because it's a big voting block. So where does that leave the people that aren't in a union? It leaves them out in the cold. And then people wonder why people just say to hell with it. As an American, I shouldn't have to join a effing union to be heard. I shouldn't have to sign on to some podcast and pay a monthly fee or demand to be able to have the same kind of reach that everybody else does. I shouldn't have to do that in America. In America, one voice should matter. We are not about a collective. We are about united in individualism. And when we have people on the right and the left carrying on and one side rallying one cause and yeah, they're on our side. No, they're not. All they're doing is promoting themselves. Because where does it all lead to? Then they start selling their coffee mugs. They start selling their t-shirts, whatever it is. They start bringing in a killing. And then they stay in that posse. The Tucker Carlsons, the Elon Musks, the Patrick Bet-David. And then they go on to do these big Republican rallies, right? Turning Point does. And then they bring on the same people. But never any average Americans, right? Nope. Because it's all about them. They've used America and our Constitution to put themselves on a stage. And they are the center of attention, aren't they? So I'll believe in America. And I believe in the Constitution. But I'll believe in it again when actually those people are silenced and the everyday Americans who are just nobodies, but who are somebody to God, have a voice at the table.